Alright. Fuck it. I'm reviewing a James Bond movie. Haven't done that in a while. But which one? Well, since the untimely passing of Roger Moore, I decided I'll review one of his films. And the one I chose was... Wow. There's a title that leaps out at you. Just go up to someone and ask if they've seen the movie Octopussy. Just... Hey, Greg, have you seen the movie Octopussy? What? Are you reviewing porn now? It's a James Bond movie. Look, I'm not watching one unless it has Sean Connery or Pierce Brosnan in it. It's one with Roger Moore in it. Fuck you, then. Now, Octopussy is actually one of my favorite Roger Moore Bond movies. It's not a good Bond movie by any means, or even a good movie. But I enjoy it, it's fun to watch. The late Roger Moore is back in his 6th go-around as James Bond 007. And what a ride it is. James Bond pilots his jet through a military base while being attacked by missiles. I mean, come on, that's awesome. There's this one guy that looks like Fidel Castro. There's explosions, one-liners, and special effects. It might be my favorite opening scene from a James Bond movie. But, it's a typical James Bond opening. Just a random action sequence of some mission that we never hear the full story of. It's just something to pull you into the movie. And it definitely fucking works here. I would say, along with Goldfinger, this is probably my favorite opening to a James Bond film. Plot starts when 009, dressed as a clown. Yes, a clown.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have Prince Albert in a can? You do? Well, you better let the poor guy out.
Is killed by 2 twin assassins named Mishka and Grishka from a circus where they throwing knives at each other. He does manage to make it to the British Embassy in East Berlin and is found dead carrying a fake Fabergé egg. The real one is at an auction. So he goes to the auction to buy the egg, and while at the auction he has a bidding war with an exiled prince named Kamal Khan.
Buried alive. Buried alive. Khan!
Oh wait, sorry. Wrong Khan. Bond then switches the real egg with the fake one, and Khan ends up buying the fake egg. Yes, this is a James Bond movie that starts off as a hunt for valuable Easter eggs. I've seen almost everything now. No, I haven't. No, I fucking haven't. What the hell am I talking about?
Hurt myself today to see if I still feel.
Khan. Shut up. Turn that off. Is a much more sophisticated villain than some of the other villains in the series. He's this like uptight, proper rich fucker,
You have a nasty habit of surviving. Well, you know what they say about the fittest?
And he likes to eat lamb eyes. Oh, so that's... Okay, that might explain where that scene in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom came from, And they both take place in India, too, actually. You know what? Interesting. I heard that Spielberg, always wanted to make a James Bond movie.
Coincidence? I think not!
I mean, I'd certainly like to see a James Bond movie directed by Steven Spielberg. I mean, that'd be fucking amazing. Just watch out for snakes. Then we get this amazing scene.
General Gogol is presumptuous. He speaks for himself and others who cling to timid, outdated, and unrealistic policies. Must I remind you, the committee, of our overwhelming superiority over NATO forces?
The most over-the-top Russian stereotype gives a speech.
American and West German forces can field at most 10 armored divisions. The British maintain only a token force. We have played out a variety of attack strategies on the new Kutsov computer.
Steven Berkoff plays General Orlov here. Also played a Russian villain in Rambo First Blood Part 2. Although his performance here is much more entertaining.
The West is decadent and divided. It has no stomach to risk our atomic reprisals.
I just love that meeting room too. I mean, those chairs. It's like the war room in Doctor Strangelove, except like it's Russian and there's like a picture of Lenin on the wall. He talks about how he wants to expand Russian borders and take over Europe. Ah, the Cold War. Fun times. So, Bond follows Khan to his palace in India. He beats Khan in a game of backgammon. This leads to a rather silly scene where Bond is in the jungle being hunted by Khan and his hunters. It's supposed to be a reference to the famous short story, The Most Dangerous Game. It starts off fine until Bond encounters a tiger, and this happens.
Sit.
Who does he think he is? Dr. Doolittle?
Talk to the animals. Just imagine talking to a tiger.
Then it just gets even sillier. You get this scene. It like makes me reconsider, like, what the hell am I watching? I was just like rolling my eyes in disbelief the first time I saw it. It's like, what's next? A Looney Tunes reference? Bond then finds Octopussy's palace. Who the fuck would want that as a name? I mean, Jesus Christ. Okay, where was I? Yeah. He finds out Orlov has been supplying Khan with Russian treasures and has been replacing them with replicas. Bond infiltrates the circus and realizes Orlov has replaced the treasure with a nuclear warhead. He plans to detonate it so that Europe is open to invasion. We get another scene that's rather dumb. Bond dresses up as a clown. He disarms the bomb and Octopussy realizes that Khan betrayed her. Bond and Octopussy then storm Khan's palace, killing most of the guards. Khan and his henchman Gobinda capture Octopussy and flee in a plane. Then this silly scene. Bond grabs onto the plane and climbs onto the wing. He and Octopussy get away and Khan dies in the plane crash. Then Bond fucks Octopussy on her boat. Typical Bond ending. I fucking love this movie. I can't help it. It's stupid as hell, but I fucking love it. It's very far from perfect, I mean, but I just can't help but enjoy myself. Like, I'll agree with Gene Siskel that the action sequences are what make the film, partly. especially the opening. I think Roger Moore gives one of his better performances. I think this should have been his last one, honestly, because he actually looks like he's having some fun here. This should have been his last one. They should have stopped here. He was 56 when they made this, so... But also what makes the movie for me is the villains. Like, I just love the villains in this, especially General Orlov. But yeah, I think Khan is kind of a fun villain, you know. The only issues I have are, it gets a bit too goofy at some points, you know, especially with the Tarzan yell, and it's fucking ridiculous. That's what you have to know going in. I like this movie. I really love this movie. It's so fucking ridiculous, but oh my god. There are a few parts though where it's kind of slow, and the plot it's all over the place, which kind of adds to the appeal for me, you know. I really enjoy it. If I was gonna rank it, if we're talking quality, no, it's not a good movie. But if we're talking enjoyability, I would probably put it at like 3.5 out of 4 stars. I really enjoy this film a lot, you know, as silly as it is. Bond, then... Did I just say Bond? Fuck. He's not Bond. He's not the singer of AC/DC. Another action sequence happens. Fuck me. God damn it.
If we could talk to the animals, just imagine it, chatting to a chimpanzee. Imagine talking to a tiger, chatting to a cheetah. What a neat achievement.